All right. Greetings, friends, and welcome to yet another episode of Ask Me Anything at the Wolves of Wall Street. My name is Nexus, and I'll be your host for the evening. I'm joined by Sarge and the team from Rentalz.io, which purports to be a very interesting NFT project involved in the renting of luxury assets to NFT holders. Before we dive in, as always, I want to remind everybody that this show itself is not a project endorsement, and we are not here to tell you what to buy or not to buy. We are merely here to suss out and get information. And as always, this is opinions and not necessarily financial advice representing the team from Rentalz.io or the team from the Wolves of Wall Street. And with that said, welcome to the team from Rentalz.io. To begin, I'd ask if you guys to introduce yourselves and tell us anything that you guys feel we should know about you personally before we dive into your project.
Sure, I can start.
Yeah, go ahead, Anthony.
My name is Anthony Doc. I was the biggest concierge in New York City. I moved to Miami 3 years ago, and I've been doing it down there with cars, yachts, and mansions as opposed to clubs, which was the base in New York. And with that luxury lifestyle, what I've been catering to clients is actually setting up a fully luxury weekend. And everybody wants to live that when they come down. So we decided this is something that we can do that connects the NFT space to the luxury items in Miami. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And I think everyone will get a lot out of it.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. Hey, everyone. My name is Jay. I'm one of the founders of Rentalz. So I live in Miami. Currently, I'm originally from Los Angeles. I have exotic car rental business that I've had for just about 8 years. And for the last 5 years, I've also been renting mansions, like short-term rentals. I've been pretty big in the crypto space for the last 5 years. NFTs for the last 2 years, I've been pretty big NFTs. Basically, yeah, like Anthony said, we're trying to find a way to kind of fuse crypto and NFTs with our existing businesses. So what we're trying to do is expand and not just be in Miami. This business model actually allows us to expand all over the world. We want to provide like a real utility for these NFTs. So people that mint our NFTs are gonna get benefits forever. So it's a little bit interesting how we do this, but essentially once you mint your NFT, once we launch, you'll be able to stake your NFT and get reward points. The longer that you will stake your NFTs and the more NFTs you have, and depending on the rarity, will also depend how many points you get per day. And then you'll be able to redeem these points for secondary NFTs, which essentially you can use for free days on Lamborghinis, or you could sell them on the secondary market. And basically, when NFT holders are not using the cards from the rewards, our existing business is going to be renting these cards at full price to users from around the world that come to Miami, for example, to start. They'll be able to pay full price and rent these vehicles, which is what we're already doing. This essentially is going to give the DAO income. Basically, this is going to be able to help sustain giving rewards out forever. We want to expand to as many cities as possible, and holders will have voting rights, and we'll be able to vote on which cars we're going to purchase, what cities we're going to go to, future assets. We're just starting with Lamborghinis in Miami because we have our home base here. We already have a business, but we're looking to grow this to a very big project, not just something in Miami. We want to be in multiple continents, and we want to provide in the future access to luxury cars, mansions, yachts, and many other fun things that we have planned. So that's my little intro and a little intro about Rentalz, and we also have Manos here as well. If you want to give a little intro about yourself.
Please.
Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry, I'm on the treadmill right now. So I am a NFT and crypto trader. I've been in this space for about 4 or 5 years. I met Doc through mutual friends, and we've been trading NFTs together basically every day for the past 3 months. So got pretty close with the guys, and they presented the opportunity with me. Told me they're kind of looking for someone to help advise with the project, and someone who's gets their hands dirty in the NFT space and is in the trenches every day, and that's what I do. So I've just been helping advise the project, and I'll also be providing alpha in our verified alpha channels for our verified holders. We have locked channels that are only going to be available for our holders, and I'll be one of the analysts providing alpha and plays in there for the community.
Okay. I've heard the term concierge used in reference to asset rentals and kind of a luxury experience before this conversation. But just so I'm clear, when you guys say you do concierge service both here and on your site, at least that's part of the ambition and the roadmap. What do you all mean exactly by concierge or concierge service?
I guess I could take this one. A lot of times when you visit a new city, you don't know who to talk to. We deal with a lot of clients that want pretty much the full package. So example, they'll come to Miami. They want to get one of the best tables at the club. They want to get a nice house. They want reservations at a restaurant that is super hard to get. We basically provide all of those services for our clients. So these things we will be able to provide for our holders. So as far as concierge, basically, our clients just up and they tell us what their needs are, and we get it done.
Okay. Interesting.
There's no request that's too big or too small in the industry.
Okay, so you guys are basically the in a sense the hidden underclass that grants the access keys to the cool luxury stuff, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. I wanted to say, the reason I know Doc, I'm not a big club guy myself, but I'm from Brooklyn originally. I have a lot of friends in Brooklyn. All my friends love to go out to the most exclusive clubs in New York City. And the reason I know Doc is because he was the guy getting them into all those clubs. So that's how a lot of people in New York know him. That's how I met him. So he's kind of the guy in New York when it comes to the club scene and providing that concierge luxury service.
A guy who's known to procure things for people from time to time.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. I guess the next question I have, how did you guys get from luxury car rental and concierging to NFT? Did that happen because, you had NFT traders coming by, enough of them renting Lambos? Like, hey, maybe we should get into this.
No, I've been in crypto since 2013. I actually opened the first ever brick and mortar place to accept Bitcoin. It was 2013 in New York City, called EVR. Charlie Shrem was my investor and partner in it.
That's fascinating.
So I've been in the space for an extremely long time, and it was about a year ago that me and Jay discovered NFTs, and we've been in the space for a while, actually.
Okay. All right. So, who on the project team do you have to present as a doxed entrepreneur or doxed developer? Are any of you guys yourselves considered doxed individuals working on the project?
Yeah, we are doxed. Actually, our main developer is Daniel Cantor. He's the same developer for Keys token. he's our main developer, and he's been on pretty much every AMA except for this one. So that's probably the first person that is doxed. Anthony Doc, probably in our server, I would say half the people know him or myself personally.
I was going to say, Mr. Doc definitely sounds like he has an established industry presence.
Yes. Yes, we all have an established industry presence. So yeah, in our server, it's mostly all people that know us. We have our socials listed. We're gonna put our official profiles on the website. Everything is right now, it's like being redone. We're totally changing our website right now to give it like a more luxurious feel.
Gotcha.
So you will be able to see our profiles on the website probably within the next week.
Okay. All right, so my next question, can you guys walk me through the process of going from minting an NFT to getting my ass into a Lamborghini or onto a yacht?
Yeah. So the process will be as follows. You will mint your NFT, and there will be a staking portal. When you stake your NFT, you will earn points. Based on the rarity of your NFT will be the amount of points you will get. So if you have the rarest of NFTs, you'll earn enough points to get 24 hours on a Lambo within a month. If you have the worst NFT, you'll have enough points to earn 24 hours on a Lambo within a year. The Lambo points will be, the Lambo tickets will be 4 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours, 3-day weekend, or even a week. And you can
even 2 hours. Or even 2 hours we're gonna have as well.
Okay.
And you can basically use your points whenever you want. You're never forced to use them. If you have 5 NFTs staked and you're earning 5 extra points, and let's say one of them's really rare, so you're getting a ton of points, you can save them until we launch other projects and use them when there's yachts or houses. You don't actually have to use them for Lamborghinis. But right now, when you claim your points, you will get a secondary NFT. And that secondary NFT is your ticket to actually get in the Lambo. So let's say you earn enough points for 24 hours on the Lambo, you buy that NFT with the points, but you don't actually want to drive the Lambo. You can then sell that on OpenSea. A day in a Lambo goes for $1,200 in Miami, sometimes more. I've seen it for upwards of $1,800.
That's very interesting.
So you can actually earn money with your NFT because you never actually get rid of your original NFT. You only sell the secondary NFT to someone else. They drive the Lambo. Yours can stay staked and keep earning more points. So you can essentially make your money. The APY on this is actually greater than a lot of other things, and it's real world assets, so it'll never, crash like some of the other high APY.
Well, the part of what appeals to me about this is just the sheer fact that you guys have this idea of a secondary NFT that is itself backed by not even the asset itself, right? Like the access key to 24 hours in a Lambo is just that. It's for the day, for the 24 hours in the Lambo. So it's not like here's the keys to my Lambo on the blockchain. But obviously that's really interesting that you have an NFT that is itself representative of a ticket to the experience.
Yeah, and one of the coolest things about the utility for this project is that there's a lot of NFT projects. I invest in all types of NFT projects with metaverse utility, but at the end of the day, there really is no intrinsic value there, right? It's all speculative in nature. It's all dependent on where the market takes us, where the industry takes us. There's really no core intrinsic value in these NFTs. It's all speculative.
And it's a bunch of feelings as well about, I like that staking engine, or I like Alien Worlds.
Right. But these NFTs hold their weight in intrinsic value, in US dollar intrinsic value, year over year. The Lambo and exotic car rental market in Miami is going absolutely nowhere. The prices are going to continue to go up. The cost to rent a Lamborghini in Miami for the day is around $1,200 to $1,500. And these NFTs are going to generate that secondary NFT, the reward NFT that we spoke about, every single year. So they will, even if the floor price doesn't go up, you're generating that passive income essentially if you decide to sell that NFT on the secondary market from your NFTs. And it's not a one-time use. It's coming year over year, and it's not dependent on the overall market. A lot of these projects, right, we're in an NFT bull run right now. If ETH begins to pump, these NFTs are going to bleed. So even if the floor price on this project bleeds, it's not going to affect the cost of renting a Lamborghini in Miami. That cost is going to stay the same, whether Ethereum goes to $1,000 or $500. While all their NFTs are going to absolutely get destroyed in their value, these NFTs are going to hold that intrinsic value year over year. And that's one of the best things, in my opinion, about the project.
I also think the floor is actually gonna rise, because I feel like most holders that buy the NFT will stake it to get these rewards. And yes, just like Mano said, when we rent the car out to non-holders, for full value, and that money is going to the DAO, that's not really pegged to Ethereum. That money is going to be pegged, well, we're starting in Miami, so it's going to be pegged to the US dollar. So whatever $1,300 is in Ethereum at the time, most of that money is going to go towards the DAO, which is going to go to benefits, rewards, and expansion for our holders. So yeah, I think we have a great system. We've been renting these exotic cars for years. We know that business model. It's not something new to us. We already have these vehicles. One thing that I wanted to add, I kind of started a few guys in the rental business. I showed them how to do it, and they're actually partnering with us, and they're gonna bring in their fleet of cars as well. They're the biggest and most professional exotic car rental business in Miami. They're called Miami Luxury Cars. We're partnering with them. They're basically gonna help us manage the fleet and give access to a bunch of the vehicles that they have as well. So we will build in a system that if you want to use your points for a car, but you don't necessarily want a Lamborghini, let's say you want a Rolls Royce or a Ferrari, we're gonna make it work for you. So that's a very established brand. They're partnering with us. It's already been announced. So that's just one more thing I wanted to add as well.
That's really interesting. So that extra, obviously having someone willing to put up already good luxury assets essentially for the team to use is going to make it so that you have other things that you can do with your mint fund raise that you're going to have.
Yes, that's going to be for expansion. Like I said, we already have.
The original mint proceeds are going to buy community-owned Lambos, but yes, they have other cars that we are going to include as assets as well. Also, if it so happens that, let's say, we buy 3 Lambos and all 3 are out on the day, and someone else wants to claim their points, they'll provide us a 4th Lambo to make sure no holder doesn't get sat that day that they traded in their secondary NFT for.
Yeah, no one gets left hanging out to dry at that point. Okay.
Correct.
Very interesting. All right, so I guess you actually answered my question about. I was going to ask how we can cash in without wanting to drive the Lambo, but if you can sort of create a Lambo ticket, and then here's my bid on my Lambo ticket, everyone. Well, that's a way to cash out.
Yeah, one thing may I add? We've already been giving away free days in Lamborghinis, even since we haven't launched, just because we already have these cars. So in our channel, we've already given away free days to some of our members, and we're going to continue to do that.
I got one too when I was just in Miami for the week for my friend's wedding, and they hooked it up with a free day in the years while I was down there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Are the points, like the Lambo points as we called them earlier, are those going to be sort of cashable in some way, or are you going to have to generate the NFT in order to cash out?
No, that's only going to be to generate rewards, but the rewards will be a secondary NFT that is cashable.
Okay, gotcha.
Separate collection as well.
Okay.
Yes. Separate collection, but to redeem that free day, you will burn that NFT. So it's not like it's reusable forever. Once you cash out your points and you get that free day, to be able to use that free day, you can either sell it to someone else, send it, or you can burn it and get a code for the free day. And then there's going to be a calendar, there's going to be a booking system. Everyone will be able to see dates that are available, and if you have the appropriate NFT to book, it will allow you to, and then that date and time will be blocked off for yourself.
Okay. I kind of have a dual part question about security as well as DAOs. I'm wondering how decentralized the Rentalz project is going to be in general, and what security that Rentalz would have to, say, prevent one whale from onboarding a large quantity of the luxury access NFTs and then becoming the basically one supplier of rentals to the rest of the market.
Well, right now we have a limit of 5 per wallet for our whitelist. So, it's impossible for one wallet to get more than 5 at this current time. I think when we launch, there will be a lot of people trying to mint them. I don't think many people are going to be necessarily selling them right away on secondary market. So I don't see one person being able to control. I think we're giving a very fair chance. We have a 3,333 supply. We're doing a bunch of giveaways. We're giving away whitelist spots. We're giving away NFTs. So I don't think there's going to be one person that can actually, hold the Lambo for all the days and everyone's left out. That's not going to happen.
I think he may also have been talking to, potential floor sweeping,
Yeah.
It's pretty difficult to circumvent that. I mean, if someone decides they want to go on the secondary market and sweep 100 NFTs, there's not much I think we could put in place to prevent that, right? Once they're on, we could do what we can on the back end when we're minting, but as far as controlling secondary sales, I don't know that there's any way to prevent that from happening. If someone does decide to sweep a huge number of the NFTs, I'm not sure that there's any security measures that can be kind of put in place to prevent that from happening.
No, it would only help the project, honestly, if somebody goes crazy, because when you buy on secondary sales, a good portion of that, the secondary market fees are going to go towards the DAO as well. And that's going to give us the ability to buy even more assets to give to everyone. So, I mean, I think
it also raises the floor price.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it also increases the floor price. I don't think people would, be disappointed if somebody just did that.
Well, I ask only because some projects have what they feel is a vested interest in ensuring that their decentralized project remains decentralized, and some of them go to Orwellian measures in order to make that happen, like limiting the volume of a single transaction. Okay. Your roadmap says regarding Phase 4 that you're going to begin onboarding staff at some point for the concierge service. I'm wondering how sustainable this is, because obviously there's a lot that goes into being a concierge, as you described earlier, kind of just a guy who can solve general problems in a luxury sense for somebody.
So
it's not that difficult.
Most of the staff are going to be answering the inquiries and sorting them out as to what needs to be handled by us. We already have a company, MI Experience, which has a full team of hosts and concierges. So it's more overstaffed to sort out what people need or want and then pass it along to actually be handled by someone that already does this.
Okay. I guess the follow-up question to that would be how that additional service is going to get paid for. Is the sort of the DAO going to be covering that?
It's gonna be probably a mix of the DAO. The thing is, we already have staff that is paid for by our existing business. So if we ask them just to handle inquiries coming from Rentalz.io, I don't think it's really gonna impact DAO that much, honestly.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna want to hand it over to my guy Sarge here in a minute. I just have a couple more questions before I hand it off to him. Your site claims that the NFT is your VIP pass for exclusive luxury lifestyle. End quote. A lot of NFTs are offering that kind of promise nowadays, and I don't hear that often coming from someone who actually rents out the luxury assets. And I'm wondering, sort of, besides the day in a Lambo, what other offerings is Rentalz going to have that would be akin to an access pass to a luxury lifestyle? Because I can see this getting me into the seat of a Lambo or onto the deck of a yacht, but obviously that doesn't give me Jordan Belfort's money. So I have to be responsible with these things. I can't be a jackass.
Right. I mean, a lot of different projects do offer a luxury pass, luxury lifestyle pass. A lot of these guys, they actually come to us and they want us to offer our services to their members. We've been approached by many different projects and they just want, our access to our cars, our houses, maybe at a slight discount. And basically we're providing it direct. We're like the direct source. We have our own houses, our own cars.
Cut out the middleman.
Right, we're cutting out the middleman. All these other projects, they're looking for someone like us. If it's in Miami, I guarantee you they're coming to us directly. So, yes, holding our NFTs will essentially be your ticket to this luxury lifestyle. As we add our different assets over time, these points will be able to be used for all of the services that we will provide, not just cars. We have pretty much access to all the major clubs in Miami, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, New York City. We're friends with a lot of the owners of these clubs. We can, definitely make a lot of stuff happen that the average, promoter or somebody in the business can't do, because we bring a lot of business to these venues, for example. So when all these other projects are saying, hey, yeah, we're going to hook up your luxury lifestyle, we're going to give you access, they're just going through guys like us that have the direct source. So I think we'll be able to offer significantly better benefits to our holders.
And, go for it, Anthony.
Fast forward 2 years down the line or a year down the line, depending on how fast this moves. Imagine saving up your points, staking 5 NFTs, saving up your points the whole time. You're finally ready to travel. Imagine landing at the airport. There's a sprinter outside that takes you from the airport with your luggage to a house that's already included with your points. You stay at the house. Lambo pulls up. You now have a Lambo at the house and a club night all set up already and included with your restaurant reservation before the club.
Wow. That's awesome.
And then imagine being able to do this every year. And then your benefits are there every year because you have enough NFTs to get that many points.
So, thinking in the future, right, assuming that the NFT gets me access to not just the car, but also actual rented vacation property that I can, sleep at and party at, etc., that's obviously very appealing. By buying a Rentalz NFT, you're essentially buying a crypto timeshare. It's kind of cool.
There's a little bit difference between a timeshare.
You're buying into an ecosystem, and right now you're getting points on the Lambos. Once the once it expands to villas, there'll obviously be a lot more points needed, and those villa NFTs would provide a larger amount of points. But you're basically buying into an ecosystem that everything will be transferable, and you can use your points on any part of the system or all of it together.
All right.
And one difference between this and like a timeshare, I know why you're thinking like that, but a timeshare generally comes with costs every year. So in this project, after you buy the initial NFT, aside from like I guess gas, there aren't really any other costs. Once you get enough points and you get the secondary NFTs, you can use those and redeem them, and keep getting points forever. So like a timeshare, I don't think you could even donate it because organizations wouldn't accept it because it comes with a yearly fee. But this is just benefits. You're just buying the NFT in the beginning, and it should appreciate tremendously, especially as you hold it.
Gotcha. All right, that concludes my questions. I would like to pass the ball over to my guy Sarge, who has some questions based on his experiences in the asset rental industry and the car industry, among others. Sarge, take it away, brother.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey. Very well.
Good.
I did take some notes real quick, and but I'll just let you know I own I don't know, there's about 7 cars in my garage right now. I do own a timeshare, and I have multiple real estate. So when I seen your guys' project and what you're trying to do, it definitely made a lot of questions go off in my head, like how is this going to be possible? Which I think so far you guys have done a pretty good job answering some of those questions. But I also own boats as well, so I was like, wow, this is a pretty large undertaking. So I kind of want to cover a couple of the questions first that I made note of, and that's going to go to Doc. And this isn't, this is just my observation here. You mentioned that you've been in crypto since 2013, and you've only just now found out about NFTs. How did you miss the Crypto Kitty blow up?
No, I said I got into NFTs about a year ago. I saw NFTs.
This guy minted like 10 mutants, okay? He's been around.
Oh, damn.
I chose to ignore it until it got to the point where I couldn't ignore it. Because I'll be honest,
That's relatable.
I wasn't as excited about it, and I was too busy with my own life to really notice about it. I've been in crypto since 2013, but more as a holder. I mean, my biggest claim to whatever is that I've held over 200 Ethereum since it was like $200 without ever touching it. I still have never touched one of those Ethereums.
Oh yeah, that's
so. But yeah, it's I've been a holder. I've been in crypto. I actually started something in New York called Crypto Doorman in 2017, where I was accepting crypto for table service in New York. And I ended up closing that down in that 2017 crash because I ended up losing maybe $500,000.
I was going to say, ouch.
Yeah.
That's why you have so much ETH from all the fucking bottles.
Yeah, so I misunderstood that. I thought you were just not aware of NFTs, actually. That's what it sounds like.
No, I just chose not to get involved until about a year ago. 1 year ago, and actually 1 year ago when NFTs were really in your face, me and Jay together started playing around with it. We actually put some money in together and had a wallet together where we just bought a ton of stuff, including minting 11 mutants.
Right, okay.
Yeah, we got into NFTs like a year and a half ago, I'd say, because I don't know if anyone knows Doki Doki Finance, but they were like an early NFT project, and we were in that project since like the second week. This was probably a year and a half, maybe even 2 years ago. So yeah, I think you're just a little off with your time frame, Doc.
Yeah, I'm actually the
Time
newest
flies.
one. I'm actually the newest one out of the 3 with NFTs. I've been in crypto since 2017, and unfortunately, I let a friend of mine, who I was looked to for investment advice, deter me from getting into the NFT space when it first came about. And I ended up getting into it about 4 months ago and just went, my screen time's at like 13 hours a day now. I've just been entrenched in the space, entrenched in Web3 as much as I can, interacting on Twitter as much as I can. But yeah, these guys actually, I'm the biggest noob out of the three of us. They've been in here longer than I have.
All right, so I'll go on then. So I heard Miami Luxury car rental mentioned, and I was immediately intrigued by the project. So I've been looking things up for the last 2 days, and I still have some questions that are going to revolve around your NFT minting. Current cost to a whitelist holder is about $555. That's going to be about $1.8 million. And as someone mentioned, I did pull my rental prices for the Lambo Urus, which rents $11.90 daily in Las Vegas, $11.90 in Miami, and then in Las Vegas you can get a Huracan for $1,200. So a lot of these questions are going to revolve about your mint and what you're going to pull in from mint, and then competing in that space. So how are you guys going to find yourself? And I think you guys may have already answered this too, by the way. How are you going to compete against those markets? And it sounds like in Miami, you already have brought the Miami luxury car rental place
on board
into the fold.
Yeah, you've already brought them on board.
We're not competing with the market. We are actually in the market. This is what we do. We own a couple of cars that we either manage ourselves or have Miami Luxury Cars manage for us, because they already have a full-time ecosystem on it, whereas we focus on a couple other things as well. So
we just got a new warehouse, and we're gonna have a piece of that warehouse for our vehicles. They have a really nice showroom. They spend a lot of money on it. It's in a great location, and they have like a service shop built in as well. So all the cars will be able to be serviced and be cleaned right away. It's the easiest situation for us to do this. So that's why, and they're like my friends for years. If anybody knows the owners, Chris and Ivan, they're very, very close friends of ours.
All right, so that can bring me right into my next question then. I think just a few seconds ago, someone said there wouldn't be any ongoing cost. Your friend is willing to allow you to have that warehouse space for free?
No, it's not going to be free. We made a deal basically. You're going to manage the cars. There's going to be a very small monthly fee per car, which is going to be from the DAO. They're going to be washing the cars. They're going to do maintenance on the cars. And like I said earlier, we are going to be renting these cars to non-NFT holders when they are available. We have a lot of clients, and there's going to be revenue generated from these cars that is going to be used towards all the costs. And Miami Luxury Cars, they're going to get like a special rate. If they have their clients use one of our cars, they're going to get a special rate, and they're going to make money off our cars as well. So it's not about using their space. We're helping each other. We're going to give them a good rate for our cars. They're going to bring us clients. We're going to get money for the DAO, and they're going to help manage our cars because they got a huge warehouse and they have the space. We're friends for many years. We're childhood friends, so we already made the deal, and hope that answers your question.
Yeah, of course. So you guys got a partnership with them in place. All right. So to bring the next question on is, what exactly is in the Rentalz portfolio right now? Because I think someone mentioned that they have a couple cars that you guys kind of already own already.
So it's not part of the Rentalz profile, but right now we own a yellow Urus that we pulled out of the rental market that we've been using to put people in cars to, kind of excite people and, show people proof of concept as well, and to do giveaways, because who doesn't want to win a day in a Lambo?
So that's fair.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
also have a McLaren 570S. We have the new Escalade. We have the new S-Class. We have a G-Wagon. We have the Urus. We have a Huracan Evo. So we do have cars, but we're gonna create, I guess, this new business with the community, and we're gonna use the funds, and we're all gonna vote. Let's say what's gonna be the first car, or a Huracan, a Urus. We're gonna vote on colors. We want the community to be as involved as possible, and we're gonna get new vehicles that are gonna be brand new, and of course the holders are gonna get the benefits, but also we'll be able to rent these cars out to get additional revenue, and everything is gonna be tracked. There's gonna be a calendar that's accessible to holders, and everything is going to be very transparent.
Roger that. So okay, so these cars aren't necessarily going to be in the portfolio for rentals. The houses.
We might add them in. Like we have cars. We might add them in, but we don't want to start with that. We want to start with like a base with a new car that we're all going to buy together and start like this journey. Then later, if it's like, hey, do you guys want us to add these cars next, and just provide, somebody wants to ride on the, McLaren that we have, we could just add that, put how many points that would be, and do it. It's probably going to happen, just not right now. That's going to be later. But yes, we do have multiple vehicles. We just want to start with, a new car.
Right.
I think that's just going to make it easier, not too much at the same time. We want to just release, and we have a few surprises of other assets as well that we're going to give to benefits. We don't want to release everything like, right in the beginning.
Right. So
also I was going to say that those cars that they own right now are part of their, existing rental business, whereas the cars that will be acquired for rentals are going to be exclusively for the community. They're only going to be rented out on days that the community isn't using them, and those funds will end up going back into the DAO community wallet, where the community will get to vote on what we use those funds for, whether it's custom merch, events in Miami for Art Basel, whatever the case is. The community will be involved in the voting process on how those funds are allocated, but the cars and assets that are going to be purchased from rentals are going to be exclusively for our holders.
Huh.
So getting back to that price point here, these exclusive items, are you guys already in the boat business as well? Because, when we're talking about a yacht, not everyone can just go rent a yacht and drive it around. Two, when we talk about a nice yacht, a 2001 yacht could run you 1.8. And does that come with a crew? Does it come with a captain? Like,
So
I don't want to go too much into yachts. I can give you like some little bit of information. We do own yachts already. We have it figured out. It's going to be in the future.
Okay.
Basically, with yachts, there are a lot of rules. Right now, if it's like a basic, vessel, doesn't matter how expensive or how big it is, there's a limit on people. And wouldn't necessarily buy a brand new yacht for $3 million unless the community actually, wants us to do that. Then we would set up a mint, and we would make the mint price reflective of the asset. So it's not necessarily we're gonna go for a $1.8 million 60 footer. We can maybe go for a $300,000 60 footer that's a little bit older. We put a little bit money in, have the community help customize it, and then have that price point. It's not, we're gonna buy a $20 million yacht. How are 1,000 people all gonna use it at the same time?
no, absolutely not.
It wouldn't be like that.
So the number I pulled was actually on a 2001 international motor yacht at 1.8. So that's kind of where I said a lot of the questions will revolve around that mint price, because
That
if you
sounds
were
very expensive. Must
Yeah,
be a
if
huge boat.
if you get right into the yachts, I mean, you're talking about again, maintenance and upkeep of something like that, and that goes for the cars as well, right? So even if, like, let's say the DAO decides to vote you guys that they want an Aventador right out the gate at like a SJV, you're talking $500,000 out of the fund right away. And I'm not seeing where the funds are going to cross over from, like, your
But we're not
business.
going to start with an SVJ. We're not starting with an SVJ. We're going to start with either a Huracan or a Urus, and we get those cars for around $300,000,
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
brand new, and we don't have to pay cash for it. We can put half down to be able to get double the amount of cars. So we're very flexible. But
Okay.
even if we just bought it outright, and let's say your amount of $1.8 million is what it happens to be after mint out, we would probably buy three different Lambos right away, and then buy more as we need them. We don't have to just buy them all, right away. Maybe Ethereum is gonna go way up in the next 6 months, and if we don't spend Ethereum to buy the car, we might have more capital to work with and get more cars. So it's tough. We're not gonna just blow all the money. We're not gonna just buy one, or two super expensive Lamborghinis. No, we're gonna do it strategically. We've been doing this for years, just not via crypto, but we're pretty versed in how to rent cars and get the maximum amount of people in these cars, and get the best deals on the cars, and how to get the best deals on maintenance for the cars. Yachts are a whole nother story. That's going to be down the future. Yes, you need a captain. There's upkeep, the motors. You need to change 4 batteries. Yes, there's a lot more to the yacht. We're going to get to that in the future. I don't want to focus too much on that right now, because we're going to start with the cars. But we will be prepared. If we get into the yachts, I could say that we'll be very prepared and have everything checked from A to Z before we announce something like that.
Right. And these are just things that we went in, looked through the website or your Discord server, and that's things that you guys are kind of promoting and moving towards. So that's why those questions are coming.
Yeah, definitely. We will be able to give benefits without buying yachts. We have a ton of friends that have yachts. We have our own yachts. So we will be able to include these benefits to our holders. It doesn't necessarily mean we have to use community funds to buy a yacht. We will be able to give those types of benefits without buying a yacht ourselves. So we do have tremendous access, especially like in Miami. And we will be providing those benefits, and it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to be owning everything, but the goal would be for the community to own as many assets as possible all around the world.
Aside from that, there's going to be giveaways in which we would put people on yachts, but once again, we can get people on a yacht for 30% cheaper than the average person pays for it. So,
And you can do it today for cash.
yes. So if a holder was interested in jumping on a yacht and reached out to the concierge service for help, we can help get them on the yacht for 30% cheaper starting from day one, even though it's not part of today's roadmap.
Right. But it just has obviously just some blurred lines that we can't look through really, because you're bringing in multiple people and multiple business spaces to collaborate on this one project.
Well, so the sale is the community-owned Lambos. That's why what we're minting out right now is public information that you can see. You will see the DAO. You will see the cars. Everything will be right in front of you.
Okay.
This future ecosystem stuff is what we're going to build in, but it's not what we're selling today. It's just part of the plan, and obviously it's something to look forward to.
So that kind of rolls in, obviously, back to the car side of things, the maintenance and upkeep for the cars. It sounds like you guys are going to use Miami Luxury Rental, because in my car, when I swing a new stage 4 clutch in there, it's $1,200, $1,500 if I do the install myself, right? And I've been in some Caymans that will absolutely rip your face off, fully loaded for autocross, that are just ridiculous. And these are guys that can drive. I've seen plenty of horror stories of someone jumping in a Lambo and absolutely just roasting the clutch a couple blocks away.
Sorry, I can answer that question. So we're gonna buy brand new Lamborghinis. They're gonna all be automatic. Lambo doesn't really make manual cars anymore, so they'll be very easy to drive. They will be brand new, which means they're gonna come with a warranty. We're gonna buy additional extended warranty for these cars, and we will have great insurance for these cars. So Miami Luxury Cars, in actually their warehouse, they have like, do tires, they could change the tires, they do alignments, They change the oil. They're going to make sure that the cars are always in tip-top shape. They check the thread. They have a thread meter. So whenever the thread is getting low, they change the tires right away. We train everyone how to drive the car properly if they've never driven a Lamborghini. And we also monitor the cars, how they're being driven. If somebody starts speeding, 130 miles an hour, we get an alert. We'll tell the customer, hey, you're going too crazy. We've had Lamborghinis being totaled in the past. It happens. It's part of the business, but we're prepared for it. We know how to deal with insurance. We have a legal team. This is not something new. The rims, they get scratched probably every 3 rentals. It's normal. We go, we get them fixed up. We get it done for cheap. It's part of the business.
So maybe on the newer ones, when you're talking carbon fiber rims, though, I mean, you knock one of those, you're not. I don't think that's a quick repair, right?
Yeah, it's just ceramic coating, powder coating the rims. If they get scratched, we go do powder coating, paint it, and that's it.
I'm talking like
Doesn't
on
cost us very much.
like on a current GT50. If you buy the top of the line package, you got carbon fiber wheels that are super lightweight. If you scratch those, I'm guessing it's a little bit more intensive than just repowder coating
Yeah, but
aluminum wheel.
these Lamborghinis don't have carbon fiber wheels. Usually like aluminum, and you just get it powder coated.
Got you. All right, so let's
And then in any case, insurance could cover those things.
absolutely, for sure. So
Yeah, and I also wanted to say, like, and that's one of the things that kind of intrigued me, because I feel like a lot of people launching NFT projects promising full games, and they're promising these very grandiose visions in their roadmap, but a lot of them are not qualified to execute on those visions. And I think the difference here is that if these were guys who had this idea, like, hey, we want to get into the car rental business, let's launch an NFT, and then we have to figure out the basics and the ropes of a car rental business. That's not the case, right? These guys have been doing it for a decade. So, like all those issues that a new business operator is going to run into, these guys have been dealing with it for a decade at this point. So they've already went through the rim scratching and the cars getting totaled and all the issues like that. So they already have the experience on hand to deal with it. So I think that's one of the the differentiators with this project as well.
yeah. So now, is that going to? Do you guys have the luxury rentals already, like for property wise? And same question there. How are you guys going to be able to maintain? Someone's clearly in that business, because I think someone said they rent mansions already. Again, that's that blurred line. If you're bringing in 1.8, you're talking about buying maybe a mansion for the portfolio for rental.
No, not at all. Not at all. The money being brought in from this mint is solely being used for Lambos.
Right.
So point is, in the future, we would launch another NFT that would be
It would be a different artist. It would be a different collection. It would be a different asset, and then it would generate its own points. Okay. So it's not going to be you buy this one Lambo NFT and you're going to own mansions and cars and everything around the world forever. No, we're going piece by piece. So this
points will be interchangeable.
Gotcha.
You will be able to use Lamborghini points once if we have a mansion and you want to get a free day on the mansion, you can use those Lamborghini points for that mansion. You will just need to have one NFT from that mansion collection to unlock those that marketplace. That's the only requirement that we will have.
And that's exactly why we want to have AMAs with this, because to me, and I don't know who else went in and looked around, that's not clear in your guys' Discord server, right? To me, anyway.
And they did say, to be fair, they are going to rework the website soon, because the website needs updating.
That's in the future.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the Discord server.
Yeah, we're changing a lot of things in the Discord server. We're shifting things around. We brought a new mod team on. We're redoing the roadmap, the logo, along with the website. So that's a good point to bring up, and we'll be sure to make that abundantly clear to people, so there's no confusion.
So so this is strictly the win luxury car piece of the equation.
Yeah.
And but you guys did touch on okay, like being able to change your points over, because I had a lot of questions about that because I'm in that space as well. Like, you know, if I want to change to a different 5-star resort around the world, I can buy additional points through Interval International to make that move. So okay, let me throw this at you then. A Urus doesn't get my blood going. I'm just gonna be straight up. I would never rent. I will never in 100 years be caught in a Urus, nor would I rent one, nor would I own one. So yeah, and
my man's is fancy, huh?
no, I just if I want to drive a crossover, I'll drive a CRV, to be honest, right? Like I wouldn't want to you know, I mean,
30 years to a CRV, damn.
yeah, because hey, bro, it doesn't get my blood going, right? Like it's a Urus. You know, it's kind of like the SUV Porsche. It doesn't get my blood going, right? Just
Well, one thing to keep in mind, right, is that you might have access to these types of assets, being the individual that you are, but the majority of normal people have never driven a Urus or a Porsche or any of those cars. So for them, you know, they dream about being able to access those cars. So I definitely understand what you're saying from a perspective of someone like yourself, but, you know, just keep in mind the perspective of the average person who's never even driven any type of exotic sports car.
right. So so for me, okay, I got these points. You know, I don't want the Urus. I want the SVJ. Okay, what does the additional points cost me if I want to rent it that weekend because I'm in Miami, right? So I got, let's say I have 200 points for a Urus. I'm good to go for a 24-hour period in a Urus, but I actually want an Aventador. What is that going to cost me as an upgrade fee?
We plan to have an Aventador in our fleet. Miami Luxury Cars has an Aventador in their fleet. We'll calculate it and make it fair. If regular price of a Urus right now, let's say it's $1,300, and an Aventador's about $1,800, then it probably would be 50% more. That's just me eyeballing it based on the market rate, but we'll have options. It's not only going to be you either get a Urus or nothing. No, we're gonna list multiple cars that you'll be able to rent.
Right.
And then
also, side note, the Urus is the most requested car in Miami right now. The most sold out car
for the last year.
And even though some people may not like it, the majority of people will be very excited about it. So you won't have competition for the Aventador because everyone else is going to want the Urus.
Right, but that's the thing.
Yeah.
What is my upgrade charge if I'm set for points on a Urus to get to the, let's say, a Huracan?
It would be like 50% more points. So
Okay.
Just answer
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
The Urus
Actually,
goes for
no,
about
Huracan would be the same because Huracan and Urus are the same. It's the Aventador that would be more.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, roger that. So then, let's see.
We'll have a McLaren 720. We'll have an Aventador. We even our Miami Luxury Cars already has the F8 Tributo as well. So there'll be plenty of options for people that don't want to drive the Urus.
Right. So I got one more for you then, and I'll let the community just have at it. So from what it sounds like to me, you know, is your target audience just influencers or someone that would maybe want something like for the 24-hour period? Because again, like, and believe me, my favorite vehicle to drive right now that I own is a 2005 F-250 diesel with rust. I got 2 other cars put on racks that I don't drive them unless it's summertime. But again, I'm not into flaunting. Would I rent a Lambo or a Porsche or something like that? Sure, I probably would, but I'm not in that space like, oh, look at me. Hey, check this out. I'm going to rent this, take pictures. Like, who is your target audience in this business?
Well, a lot of people that, especially in the crypto space, that have a dream of getting behind the wheel of a Lamborghini. It's not necessarily to show off or flaunt it, but some people have fun driving these cars. They want to go on vacation. They want to get a convertible Lamborghini, drive with the top down in the winter while it's freezing everywhere. But here, you know, you could do it no problem. You know, we have like a wide range of our target audience. It's not just influencers. We're not really looking to get influencers. We're looking for people that you know, want to get behind the wheel of a Lamborghini that never have done that. I think,
I
you know,
mean, aside from that,
makes
it's
me happy.
also a great investment because even if you don't want to drive the Lambo, you can resell your days, and one day sold is more than you actually paid for the NFT. So if you were to mint, let's say, a middle NFT that gets you 2 days a year, you paid roughly $600 for the NFT. You are now generating $2,000 a year, and it will never run out because the Lambos will never go away. It's not something that could crash. It will never crash. So if you keep your NFT staked, your APY will never crash the way most of these staking, wonderlands happened.
Right. So you're not really competing for it, but there's nothing to say someone couldn't just go down into Miami and rent one for 4 hours or 24 hours for $600-700, I would suppose.
Yeah, anybody could do that, but wouldn't it be much cooler if you spend less money, get a cool NFT, and then get those rewards forever?
Oh yeah, for
You know,
sure. I mean, I'm looking at our last gym when we were in Destin. I was absolutely looking at some condos for residual income. Obviously,
Yeah, and
because
also when you rent the car, you drive it, and then that money's gone, right? Like you
sure,
pay
yeah, for sure, absolutely.
$1,200 to rent the car. You have a good time. You bring the car back, and that's it. But when you buy the NFT, you have the actual NFT, which is never gets burned, holds its weight in value, whatever the floor price is, plus the points that it generates year over year. So when you get that free day in the Lambo, because we had the same question in another AMA, it's like, well, what's stopping someone from just going to Miami and renting a Lamborghini for the day for $1,200? Absolutely nothing. But why do that when you could buy the NFT and get those rewards year over year? Even more so if you were to mint an Aventador, which is a rare NFT. But if you minted an Aventador, you could get upwards of 8 to 10 free days in a Lamborghini a year. So,
right.
and as Doc mentioned, the middle tier Urus gets 2 to 3 or whatever the case is days a year. So that is a recurring reward system that comes year over year. So it's just a better bang for your buck than just going to Miami and renting a Lambo for the day for $1,200.
Right, because we can already sell our week in our timeshare, but I was absolutely looking at more real estate to own that I don't have to maintain as a landlord to obviously have residual income, because obviously you could rent out. I think I was looking at a 3-month block per year to be able to rent out. Come down, use it for 2 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, and then rent out the rest of my months. So yeah, I had a lot of questions, but since it's clear that this is the car piece, like I'm actually I think it's kind of interesting what you guys got going, because you're right, you're not establishing a new business here. You got the players in the game already, so who knows, maybe I'll buy one.
appreciate it.
Awesome. Yeah, we appreciate you guys taking time. We're over an hour now, and we still haven't even gotten to the community questions, because there were some nuances here that I too was very curious about, and I'm wondering if you guys will stick around for a bit and let me get to the actual community questions, because there's actually a lot to this. It's kind of, I'll be honest, it's more responsible than I thought initially. You guys seem to know your shit. All right. Emixtees asks, for someone like me who lives in the Northeast in a small area, what would be the easiest way for one to access these sweet utilities available
You're
for
kind of
these?
breaking up.
You're getting rugged a little bit.
I'm lagging. Yeah, I see that. Am I improving? No.
Nexus, bro, you're cutting out real bad.
Yeah,
You're getting rugged a little bit.
I can see that. I apologize, everyone.
Discord is rugging Nexus right now.
You want to try and reconnect, maybe, Nexus?
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. I'm losing Wi-Fi. Fuck. Fuck.
Better now,
All right. Fuck. I'm sorry, everybody. My connection was shitting a brick. Am I back?
You're back. You're back.
You're back.
God,
Yep.
I am so sorry, gentlemen. I apologize for that. It appears MetroNet took a shit on my connection for the moment. Okay. As I was trying to ask, McSteez's question, I would extend that actually to Asia and other places as well. McSteez says he's from a small area in the Northeast, and he's wondering how best he could access the sweet utilities available with the Lambo NFT.
So after we start launch in Miami, we are going to let the community vote on the next location. And we will take these, it's probably going to be the major cities are going to be the main votes. I could see us in New York, LA, and Chicago within the first year. But as the community votes on where to expand to, those are the cities that we are going to make available to the holders.
Okay. Alejo Soccer asks, when's the NFT coming?
Nexus,
Yes, sir.
I wanted to add to that. Even if say it's from the Northeast, I'm up in Jersey right now. I plan to move to Miami soon, but if I wouldn't, if I earn a free day or two, and I'm unable to make it to Miami, you could sell that NFT on the secondary market and generate that passive income for yourself, or you could transfer it to a friend or family member if they're taking a trip down to Miami. This is prior to us obviously expanding to other cities, but even if you're not able to make it to Miami or you live in another country, you could still utilize that utility, and maybe not in the form of physically driving the car right away, but you could still generate some passive income for yourself. So it's not going to be wasted, even if you aren't able to make it to Miami for whatever reason, to personally utilize that reward.
Okay. Alejo Soccer wants to know when the NFTs are going to come out. When can we buy these things?
Early February. Very soon, maybe a week and a half.
Okay.
Right now, we do have white lists available.
Gotcha.
When a white list, you can earn it, and it'll get you a guaranteed early pass. That's already live.
Okay, cool. Perfy asks, can you guys explain the mathematics behind how you came up with asset rental prices? With a follow-up question of how you expect the profitability to work while you're paying out the staked NFTs that might not get rented.
Well, we already did the math.
Yeah, we kind of touched on that earlier, but
Yeah. I mean, I could reiterate if you'd like.
no, that's okay. I don't want to take your guys' time up too much. Vince Eric asks, what floor price are you looking at?
We're not gonna speculate about floor price. That's
Fair. That's fair. Okay. Jay Eucharist asks, what utilities will the cars have? I guess he's thinking that this is a game. This isn't actually a game, Mr. Eucharist. They're actually going to be letting you rent an actual Lambo with these NFTs.
it's actually real utility.
Yeah, which is kind of what makes this interesting, right? If this was just a buy a Lambo, custom Lambo for an NFT racing game, I think this might be a little bit less interesting. But that's
we're gonna give you a metaverse Lamborghini. You're gonna get to drive it in Sandbox. Okay.
Oh,
you're gonna get to
copy.
Yeah.
We
Copy.
already have users that have driven our cars from the community, posted. Anybody?
I'm one of them.
In this chat can be the next one. I mean,
I'm gonna drop a video. I'm gonna drop a video for you guys right now in the crypto general chat of me whipping the Urus around.
Nice.
Last week, and even though SGT doesn't like the Urus, I personally have never gotten to drive a exotic car like that, and I had quite a good time in it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very.
All right. Fur Dave UA asks, on which chains will it be minted?
Ethereum.
Ethereum. Why did you guys pick Ethereum?
It's the most popular chain. Most people, a lot of people in our community, they're really new to NFTs, and a lot of our friends want to be a part of this project. And I guess getting them to mint on the Ethereum chain was like a battle that we could win, but having them whole process to getting Solana and bridging, it just would have been too much for a lot of our users. I think it's the easiest. Yeah, I think that pretty much answers that.
Okay. Master Halo 40 asks, what is the percentage of stake NFTs on the platform, and what benefits will people have that is a holder of a single NFT?
We actually touched base on all of this,
Yeah.
but the percentage of staked NFTs we won't know until it's live. Once we launch and people stake, I assume at least 75% of people will stake these because it makes more sense to stake it than resell it for profit.
Gotcha. Okay. Will NFT holders be able to vote on future decisions in the DAO?
Yes, and the more NFTs you hold, the more voting power you will have. So yes, it's
Okay.
a real DAO.
Gotcha. All right. Seth Elton asks, where can we hold our Rentalz NFT in order to stake and earn that sweet passive income?
It'll be on the website, Rentalz.io.
Yeah, there's a staking page being built out.
So you guys will basically have a D app.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we already touched on that. All right. Sir L. Ron Hodler asks, what is the economics behind the number of 3,333 minted NFTs in the first series?
I mean, we just thought that would be a good amount. It's more exclusive than the average project. I think it's a good amount. We didn't really have any other reasons for picking that specific amount, but I mean, that's what it is.
Okay.
We also needed to do math to make sure we can get every holder in a Lambo within a year with the amount of money being raised. So
Gotcha.
this number actually works where nobody gets left behind.
You guys can put everyone's butt in a Lambo. At least once.
Guaranteed.
All right.
As long as they're staking it. If they're not staking it,
If I tried to mint two of those, you would have two extra seats because I wouldn't be coming down to ride. I would be in there for the staking.
Yep, gotta stake it because we don't want somebody getting an NFT, getting in the car, and then selling it. We want to make it fair. This is the fairest way to do it.
Yeah. Okay, Skillet asks, how will the data set be protected from modification, deletion, or exchange? I think that last part is referencing sort of the number of the scams that have happened with a lot of DAOs recently, where stuff gets tweaked, stuff gets deleted, stuff gets traded, rug pulled, etc.
I'm not really understanding the question.
I'm imagining it's a security question, to sort of wondering how the minting of the NFTs might be protected against being taken over by a bad actor, say minting a ton of fake NFTs or something.
I mean, we have limited amounts of mods with admin permissions. Every single person has two-factor authentication. The funds from the minting are going into a Gnosis safe with a multi-sig. So we're doing our due diligence on protecting the project as best we can. I think we have a good system set up for that.
Okay.
And also Daniel from Keys, which is a pretty big project, is our main developer writing the smart contract. So, you guys can look into that project, but they're pretty established projects. So we have, confidence in his ability to, to properly execute on the smart contract.
Yeah, those are our friends as well. And Daniel Cantor, the CTO of Keys, he's doing all our smart contracts. So, yeah, thank you, Manos. That's also very true.
Okay. Seth Elton is back, asking about the probabilities of a rarity for the NFTs. Are those disclosed?
Yes, so we're going to have 3,333 total. 2,000 of them are going to be Huracans, 1,300 of them are going to be Urus designs, and 33 are going to be the rare Aventadors. Keep in mind, there will also be rare colors for Huracans and Uruses that will give you more points than the standard Huracan or Urus. The Aventador being the rarest will give the most points.
Okay.
I would say at least 15% have more rarity, if you want to put it that way. But all the NFTs will scale up in rarity.
Okay.
And they're all unique as well.
All right. McSteez is asking about the establishment that was mentioned as that first store to accept crypto, that first retail establishment. Can we get that name of that establishment again? That was a cool bit of Bitcoin lore.
It was called EVR or Ever. It has nothing to do with this project, but it's a fun fact.
I know. Yeah, I just thought that was cool too. That's just a cool bit of Bitcoin lore. Darksiders asks about what makes Rentalz different from other competitors. Now that's a vague question. I personally would.
We don't have any competitors. We're the first
competitors, and if any competitor tries to do the same thing, they're not going to have the experience that we have. You know, I've been renting exotic cars for over 8 years and mansions for over 5 years. And Anthony's been in the hospitality industry for longer than that. So it's really hard for someone to actually compete with us. I don't think I've seen any project that's even doing anything similar to what we're doing. A lot of projects are just trying to partner with us and use our services to offer to their holders, which is not really being competitor. It's more like a collab. But
Yeah.
we're very unique in our space because we're in this specific business and we have the experience.
Okay. Sidebends posts an image of one of the NFTs. Looks like a blue one, and asks, what made you guys go with this particular kind of art style?
All the art was hand drawn by an artist. It's the first collection, and this is how we did it. Different collections will have different artists. We're working and speaking with some big names for collections in the future, but right now we're just focusing on this first collection. But yeah, we have 3 different car types. We have different backgrounds, different wheel colors, different wheel styles, different brakes, foregrounds. I mean, that's the style we got, and we hope you like it.
Okay. Alejo Soccer is back. They ask if the NFTs will be able to be sold on any other sites besides OpenSea.
I'm assuming looks rare
NFT's
and
gonna be,
rareable.
it's gonna be sold anywhere. It's gonna be
An Ethereum NFT.
Yeah, it's gonna be a real NFT. So you could send it to someone, you can sell it. We're gonna try to maximize all the marketplaces so that hopefully it'll be on the Coinbase marketplace. We're gonna try to get our collection on there. Just a little bit too early right now, but we're gonna try to be everywhere. It's not only gonna be OpenSea.
Okay. 10th Hokage asks, is any part of the secondary sales going back to the DAO?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Any percentages you guys want to share that are possible at this point on the?
I believe it's gonna be at least 50.
Okay. Arthix, will NFTs change or update after project or real life events? Sort of a passively active NFT.
they right now are going to be unrevealed until after they reveal, and then after they reveal, they're going to stay like that.
Okay.
So they're not going to, mutate or anything like that.
Okay. Kim Sanity asks, NFT and GameFi are becoming super trendy. So does Rentalz.io see themselves having any barriers to entry in the NFT space? Do they have any strategies they're implementing to create extra hype around the project?
We're not a game. I can see us getting approached by other companies to collab and maybe work on a game, but that's not our focus. Our focus is to provide real utility by holding these NFTs, which I hope other NFT projects are gonna do as well.
Yeah, everyone's so used to the NFTs always being a game, so there's going to be a little audience confusion when people realize, oh shit, wait a minute, I can rent an actual car with this?
Once people actually get behind of the wheel and they tell all their friends like, yo, I bought these NFTs and actually get to ride a Lambo every year, I think that'll have a crazy impact. Much more.
Jay,
Yep.
Jay, I think you should also mention the vacation giveaway.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do a giveaway after the mint. We didn't really announce it yet. I guess we'll announce it here first. But after we do our mint, we will have a giveaway for a vacation. This vacation will include a flight to Miami, so anybody from around the world can, be entered into this contest. We're gonna fly you in. We're gonna get you a car for a couple days, and we're gonna put you in one of our mansions in Miami. So that's gonna be something fun. It's gonna be only 2 holders. One of the holders will be able to win that. That's gonna be after the mint. We'll announce more details in our channel as we finalize everything.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of the questions we've already covered. Let me see. Sammy, what if you guys are facing loss? You guys pointed out that you sold your assets during the 2017 dip. What would you do with this project in a big market crash? I imagine is what he's asking.
The money, the assets are being bought right after mint out, so that those assets will never get affected by a crypto market crash. But yes, the DAO can get affected, as in every other DAO and every other project, by a crash that 100% nobody can control. But we will still have the assets and still have
And you'll still get your benefits.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, the price of Bitcoin probably doesn't affect the cost to rent a Lambo in Florida.
Definitely not.
No, that's one of the good things is the utility is not dependent on market conditions. Whereas 90%, I'll even 90%, 99% of the NFTs I'm invested in, any utility they're offering essentially is very conditional on current market conditions. If we do see a crypto winter, where prices get slammed by 90%, those projects are going to get trashed. Right. And the utility for this project is not dependent on any crypto market, on equity markets. The rental market in Miami is just going to keep getting bigger. The city's getting more and more popular, especially with what's going on in the country with restrictions and Florida being open and having warm weather. More and more people are coming down there. It's never going to change. People have been vacationing down in Miami, coming down there to flex for years. That's never going to change. And the price of renting a Lamborghini, in my opinion, is just going to keep going up.
Yeah, all cars have been going up. Actually, it's crazy around the world. There's an extreme shortage of certain computer chips, and COVID just kind of stalled a lot of these factories for some time, and right now the prices are catching up to that. So cars have actually been going up. Usually they're depreciating assets, but right now, they are expensive. But I think with our system, we'll be able to sustain giving benefits for forever.
Hey, Nexus.
Yo.
We got a side note here for Doc to explain to the people from other countries a giveaway where they can be flown in for a day.
It would be flown in for a weekend, and it's a giveaway that we are going to announce after mint out, where verified holders in the channel can go into the raffle. One person will be picked, and no matter where in the world they are, we'll fly them in for the weekend. They'll have a mansion to stay at and a car. They can set the weekend a little further down the line so they can invite some friends, so they're not just flying in alone if they're in another country.
Cool. That's interesting. All right. McSteez has an interesting question about carbon neutrality with the emissions and vehicles and stuff, like minting NFTs costing a lot of money in terms of gas. Carbon footprint isn't a deal breaker for me, but it's a cool addition to a project like this. I can't disagree with that. Just kind of, he's kind of wondering if you guys would dabble in that area, if only for the virtue of it, I guess.
Are we dabbling in what exactly?
Oh, the sort of helping to reduce the carbon footprint of fossil fuel emissions, etc. That kind of, there's a green initiative going on that's made its way into crypto.
It's something that we're open to discuss for sure.
Okay.
I don't think that the amount of cars that we would be acquiring are going to be a big difference as far as carbon emissions go. But I mean, we're talking 3-4 exotic cars.
A handful
that aren't
of
going to be driven 100 miles a day. These are exotic. So it's definitely something to consider. But I don't see why we couldn't consider EVs or Teslas down the line as well.
Okay. All right, and a final question from USMB2. Have you guys thought about the possibility that your NFT designs could be copyrighted? What if the project itself got copyrighted?
I mean, it's crypto, right? There are a lot of derivatives of projects. Would be, I guess.
Well, I guess part of the question might be sort of considering the copyright that, say, an automobile maker might hold over, the Lamborghini design.
Ours are hand drawn.
Everything is hand drawn. We don't use any branding. We're not using any trademark names.
Okay.
Every image is hand drawn.
Well, that would definitely be a workaround for that. Okay, cool. Well, that basically reaches the end of my questions. We've gone essentially 28 minutes into overtime. I'm really grateful for the Rentalz team sticking around to answer all of this. This is really cool. Really cool, interesting project. Thank you guys so much for coming.
Thank you. We appreciate this. And by the way, I just want to throw in, I really do think this is the future of NFTs. I believe that a lot of real utility projects are going to start popping up. And when they do, a lot of the projects that are cool now are going to go down, because this is going to be very much the future of the NFT space.
Well, 100%. Coachella just came out. Coachella just came out, and they're releasing an NFT that's going to give them lifetime access to their festivals. So you buy the NFT, the Coachella NFT, you're going to have lifetime access to every one of their music festivals, exclusive drops, this and that. I think that's just going to become more and more prevalent. The first use case for NFTs just happened to be art, JPEGs, whatever you want to call it. But I personally believe that it's going to infiltrate every industry and every facet of our daily lives. And I think that, Rentalz and projects like this are going to pop up and come up more and more.
We're also going to do a giveaway for Ultra Music Festival backstage artist passes. I'm friends with one of the owners, and that's going to be something fun. But yeah, I read that about Coachella. It's a great idea. It's honestly where NFTs should be headed, to real life utility. I agree. We're going to change the game with this for sure.
Freaking awesome. Thank you guys so much. This has been a presentation from the Wolves of All Street. As always, I want to thank the team from Rentalz for joining us for this very interesting presentation. I want to thank my bosses, Cyben, Sarge, Hustle, helping me set that up. You guys rock. thank you to the mod team for helping me pin questions. We'll be hanging around after the show to help make sure that the best questions get good rewards. And as always, nothing you heard during this presentation is to be construed as financial advice. However, everything you heard is information and opinion that you can use at your discretion and free will. May you all be riding in Lambos by the end of the year.
Hey, if any of the rental guys want to stick around and read more questions and respond in the chat too, you're more than welcome. We usually leave it open for a while.
Yep.
I'll stick around for a little bit more. That's no problem.
All right, thanks everyone.
Awesome.
All right, guys, thanks for having us.
Thank you all so much for coming. Thanks everyone for having this wonderful team. Very nice of you guys. Very interesting project.
Thank you very much.